execution.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
I want to know when people be getting all these studies from. Oh, I did this study. People did this study. Oh, we done this study that this certain. Where do people get these numbers from? But anyways, that was a random rant in the beginning. But anyways, Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. Probably some of you guys are wondering. Probably not wondering. Who knows? Reason why I haven't talked about the NBA Finals. Well, the reason why I haven't talked about the NBA Finals, for one, the games come on when I'm still at work. So I just can't sit down and watch a game uninterrupted. I work. These games be starting early at 5 o'clock, 5:30. I think game one. Yeah. Game one. Game 3 and game 4 have been during times of, actually game 3 I wasn't even working. I was actually out and about. I think I might have been at the movies or something like that. But game 4 and 1 I think came on when I was at work, so I'm not gonna sit there and stop what I'm supposed to be doing at work to go watch these games. I think game 2 is the only one I really watched. So, yeah, I haven't really made a big effort to watch any of these games. And, yeah, I'm glad to see 2 small market teams in it. From Indianapolis and Oklahoma City, cities that no one really tries to vacation in. I've been to both cities. I think I went to Indianapolis when I was like, I may have been the later 90s, early 2000s. Last time I've been to OKC was actually when I was moving from Wisconsin to California. Both cities they ain't the biggest, draw to go to. Like I said, nobody wants to vacation there. But I'm glad that 2 small market teams got in there. That's something we haven't really seen since 2021 finals with Milwaukee and Phoenix. Is Boston a big market team? I know they're a historic team, but I don't think they're a big market team. Maybe they are. I don't know. They're not New York or LA or anything like that, but I think they're bigger markets than the 2 teams that are playing. So, yeah, we know how the NBA does not like smaller markets teams in it unless they're just really, really good. I think the only small market team that really got away with being in the finals and no one really had a problem with was, I'd probably say the Spurs and maybe Golden State at the time. I don't even know if Golden State's considered to be a smaller market team anymore. But the NBA tries to get those bigger market teams in there, like the Lakers, but the Lakers suck, so you're never going to see that. Same thing with the New York teams. But this NBA Finals so far, is what I keep hearing from people. They enjoy it, and some people don't enjoy it. I, for one, like I said, I haven't watched really any of the games except for game 2. But I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to be like these other YouTubers out here try to stick with lies and all kinds of deceit, not keeping it real. I'm not interested. And it's not because, like I said, these 2 are small market teams. I'm just not interested. At all. I don't know if it's because my Bucks are not in it. 4 straight seasons in a row they have not been in it, or 3 straight seasons in a row. How you count the years? That's not it, really. Maybe it could be it, but I can't say that's been it because before the Bucks finally got to the finals. Then again, now that I think about it, with the outside exception of maybe watching the 2016 NBA Finals all the way through, maybe the 2018, I really don't watch the finals. I tell you the truth, I really don't watch the Super Bowl like that. Yeah, I don't watch the Super Bowl. I didn't watch this year's Super Bowl. I didn't watch last year's, the year before that Super Bowl. I haven't sat down and watched the Super Bowl probably since, man, probably since the Eagles won their first Super Bowl 2017. That year, played the Patriots. That's probably the last time I sat down and watched the Super Bowl. And before that was probably when Cam Newton and the Panthers went to the Super Bowl and lost. And before that, the last time I watched the Super Bowl was when the Packers made the Super Bowl. So I really don't sit down there and watch championship games like that. World Series. Last time I watched the World Series, I hate watch the World Series. 2 years ago, watching the Diamondbacks and Texas play. And I hate watching the World Series 2 years ago because I didn't want to see the Diamondbacks win. I don't know why. I'd rather see the Texans, the Rangers win that Texans. The Rangers win, which they did in 5 games. NCAA championships for basketball. This year is actually the first year I actually sat down and watched one. I don't know when the last time I saw one. It's been a while. College football. I probably watched more college football, the championship, more than anything. Because I did watch this last year, Ohio State and with Notre Dame. I watched that. And I think last year, who was it last year before? Michigan. Was it Michigan? Yeah, Michigan. I forgot who they played. I forgot who Michigan played when they won. But I have sat down and watched some of those. But professional-wise, I just don't sit there and watch. I can't say the Stanley Cup Finals because I don't watch hockey like that. But I don't watch championship series of games anymore like that unless my team's in it. I just have no interest in it unless it's exciting. Like I go back and watch it later on after the fact, like I did with some of them. I think this last time I actually sat down and watched the NBA Finals all the way through was probably 2 seasons ago when the Nuggets and Miami was in it, and you guys were there because I live streamed some of those games too. That was probably the last time I sat there and watched all of them, all the games. But this year, I'm just not interested. I wasn't interested last year because I kind of figured Boston was going to win. Just didn't care at all. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of one of those people that my team ain't in it, I lose interest. That's just how I am. It's been that way for at least NFL because it's been a couple of seasons now when the Packers made an NFC Championship game and they lose stupidly or get robbed somehow. 2020 they got robbed. 2019 they just got ran off the field by the 49ers. 2016 ran off the field by the Falcons. 2014 or 2015 NFC Championship game against Seattle. If you keep up with football, you know how that went down. So that's kind of how it's been as far as, yeah. But I don't know, man. It's just me. I'm just not interested. I want OKC to win. I know they tied the series up last night against the Pacers, so this series is going to go 6. This series may go 7 from the looks of it because both of these teams don't want to back down. It's great that we got a 6-game series coming on our way because I don't think we had a 6-game series since the Warriors and the Celtics played. I don't like these sweeps. I don't like 5-game series. There's been a lot of 5-game series in the past couple of years. But this may go 7, and we haven't had a 7-game series since 2016, might have been. So it may go 7. But I don't know. It's maybe, I don't know if it's the presentation, because the presentation, I already spoke about this. Presentation for the playoffs and the NBA Finals has been crappy. It just doesn't feel like the NBA Finals. Maybe that might be it. Like, you know, when the Super Bowl comes, everything is all decorated and looking pretty. And of course, they're playing on a neutral site. Of course, you got Super Bowl patches. Not to say that the NBA Finals, they got the NBA Finals patches. But, yeah, it just doesn't feel like the NBA Finals. They must have heard us complaining about the lack of Finals logos. I guess they're now holographic. I think they're holographic now, or they put them on a T. I don't know how they do it these days. Because I did that video how they don't put the logo on there because they fear people are going to slip, which was never really an issue at all. And past NBA Finals, 20-something years, up to 20-something years ago, 40, almost 40 years ago, because I think they started putting the logos on there towards the late 80s. Was it the late 80s? I think they started having logos on the court. And it was never really an issue up until, I guess, 2000. It might have been 2015, 14, 13 when they stopped doing it like that. But, yeah, I saw them, caught a glimpse of the game. Not too much, probably 2 minutes of the game. And I saw them on there. And the cursive writing. But, some of these NBA Finals have been, I don't know, has it been because they always had the same team or the same player? I want to say it was a statistic or somebody did the research that there was, I want to say it was the 2021 NBA Finals. It was the first time in I don't know how many years that there would have been no LeBron, no Steph Curry, no Lakers at all, no Spurs. I think that might have been the statistic that it was none of those elements in the NBA Finals. Totally brand new, because I think up until the 2021 Finals had LeBron, Curry, LeBron, Curry, LeBron, Curry, LeBron, Curry, Spurs, Lakers, 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 Lakers. You know? So, yeah. Like I said, I think this is a new beginning, having these two teams in it. I do say this about this year so far. I mean, about this decade of NBA basketball. Some people compare it to the 70s, because the 70s didn't have any dynasties in the 70s, but there was always a new team winning. Like, one year had the Bucks winning, one year had the Knicks winning, then the Lakers, and then the Washington Bullets, Washington Wizards, Trailblazers, Sonics, the Warriors won one during that time. If I haven't said the Celtics won one during that time. I think they won two in the 70s. I think one against my Milwaukee Bucks and a 7-game series, and I think the other one was against the Phoenix Suns. If I said Blazers too was in that mix, also is winning one as well. That's what it's starting to seem like, because every year we have a new one. There's been two repeat. No, there's only been one repeat. No, two repeat. Two teams that went back to the finals twice. That have been the Celtics and the Heat. Been to the finals twice in this decade. But anyways, it's always been a new team, new type of configuration to these teams. But I'm just not interested. Maybe next year I get interested. I don't know. Maybe the Bucks get there next year. Maybe I might be interested. Same thing with, I guess, the NFL. The Packers make the Super Bowl. Maybe I might sit down and watch the Super Bowl. But championship games in any sport, professional-wise, just don't interest me like that anymore, like they used to. I think going back to 20 years ago, I actually sat down and watched most of those finals. I think I watched every finals up until 16. Yeah, 2016. From the time I started watching basketball religiously up until 2016, I probably watched almost every NBA finals. Sat down and watched a couple of games. So I don't know what it is anymore, but tell me what you guys think. I think I ran it long enough.